Doctors are appealing to the government to reconsider downgrading Metro Manila to GCQ status as the country sees record highs in COVID-19 cases. Despite the availability of COVID-19 beds, manpower problems continue to hound hospitals across the capital region. Businessman Michael Yang vowed to appear in the next Senate inquiry into Pharmally Pharmaceutical after senators issued a warrant of arrest against him. The country's inflation rate rose to 4.9% in August, the highest since January 2019. And in weather, severe tropical storm Jolina further weakens as it moves over the Sibuyan Sea. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Doctors are appealing for stricter COVID-19 measures as hospitals remain overwhelmed with COVID-19 patients. Greg Gregorio with that story.
The COVID-19 pandemic continues to bring challenges to hospitals. In the National Kidney and Transplant Institute, the COVID-19 ward is already at full capacity, but around 60 patients are still in modular tents waiting for vacant beds.
That's why we ask the help of other NCR hospitals to take some of our patients. You know, yung nililipat namin. Oo. Dahil we cannot accommodate them sa regular room namin.
Another challenge is the shortage of healthcare workers, making it impossible for the NKTI to expand its capacity. Some of them have resigned or under quarantine after contracting COVID-19.
Hindi lang a matter of space yan, diba? We need the healthcare worker then to take care of the patients.
San Lazaro Hospital is dealing with the same problem.
Even if the POH will tell us to open up more rooms, mag-open tayo ng rooms. Sino naman magtatao doon? Kawawa naman ang pasyente.
The situation could even get worse as cases are expected to rise further amid relaxed restrictions.
One nurse will be taking like 12, 13 patients at a time. So malaking yan. That's a big task to really handle, no?
Over at the Philippine General Hospital, 10% of COVID-19 beds are vacant but not suitable for patients who need oxygen supply. With 10 recent resignations, they're now scaling down their other wards to free up personnel.
Close down a lot of the non-COVID wards muna. Deploy most of the nurses and doctors na nakuha doon sa Sinara, ilagay sa COVID. Ask more departments to pitch in. So yung task sharing.
Filipino Nurses United said healthcare workers resigned mainly due to fear for safety and undercompensation.
Natatakot sila at saka yung pamilya nila na magkasakit. Lalo na ngayong surge, pangalawa yung workload, sobrang bigat.
The health department is now tapping the Bureau of Fire Protection and the National Police for augmentation.
Humingi tayo ng karagdagan at dito naman po ay i-deploy natin doon sa mga tents natin sa mga ospital para karagdagang workforce sa ating mga ospital.
Doctors are also calling on the government to reassess their decision to place the NCR back to GCQ.
I'm going to call my colleagues, kasi I think that we need to really reach out to maybe the president, and even to the OH na sana reconsider yung decision nila to relax more the community quarantine that we have.
The IATF has yet to issue final guidelines on a granular lockdown scheme in NCR that will start tomorrow.
At this point in time, napaka-clustered ng mga kaso. Kung buong NCR. So ang tanong ko lang, kung i-granular lockdown, para mo na rin nila-lockdown ang buong NCR kung ganun ang mangyayari. And I don't know how effective it is, especially during this time na mataas talaga pa rin ang mga kaso at mataas ang hawaan.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, We Are One News.
The DICT is eyeing to fully implement the government's vaccine certificate system by October. In today's Laging Handa briefing, Undersecretary Manny Caintic said they will prioritize OFWs and residents in NCR and Baguio City who are set to travel abroad. Caintic added that they are now working with LGUs to iron out the discrepancies in vaccination records. He also noted that VaxCert PH is not an immunization passport or a proof of identity. The certificate is also not a replacement for the Bureau of Quarantine-issued yellow vaccination card.
Inaalam namin, winawasto namin, ini-improve namin muna ang proseso para pagdating sa national launch, na perfect na natin at naiwasto natin ang ating mga proseso. Bigyan lang tayo ng ilang linggo at magbubuksan din naman.
We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Businessman Michael Yang has assured senators of his full cooperation moving forward after missing previous hearings on Pharmally's supposed involvement in the government's purchase of overpriced pandemic supplies. Mayan Los Baños with a full story.
The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee has issued a warrant of arrest to businessman Michael Yang for his failure to attend previous hearings on the Health Department's mishandling of COVID-19 funds. This after the Senate committee sent 2 subpoenas to his supposed addresses in Makati and Taguig, but to no avail. Yang is being linked to the Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation, a newbie company that bagged a contract worth more than 8 billion pesos from the government. Other high-ranking officials of Pharmally were also given arrest warrants.
This is at least the second time that the Blue Ribbon Committee, through our chairman, has issued an invitation or a subpoena to Michael Yang or Yang Hongming. May I move, Mr. Chairman, to cite Michael Yang or Yang Hongming in contempt of the Senate?
Through his lawyer, Yang claims he did not receive the subpoenas but is willing to cooperate in any investigation. Yang has also assured his presence in the next Senate hearing. Pharmally President Wang Tzu-yen, who is currently in Singapore, attended the inquiry online. Wang has a standing warrant in Taiwan due to stock manipulation, while his father, Wang Wenlei, chairman of the company, is also facing various charges.
I do not know where my father is. We have been estranged since early 2020. I have not seen him.
I'm very concerned about the safety of your father. Don't you think you should be worried?
I'm worried, but
It's a warrant of arrest?
he's disappeared.
During the hearing, it was also revealed that Pharmally was not the only company engaged with the procurement service of the Budget Department. EMS Components Assembly Incorporated, an all-Filipino company, also won a bid. In comparison, EMS sold face masks at a significantly lower price, at 13 pesos and 50 cents, while Pharmally priced it at 22 to 27 pesos and 72 cents per piece.
We knew we were entering into a war, like you said, and it is our duty as a Filipino company to contribute even just a little bit, and our management team and our supportive board of directors agreed to repurpose, like what you mentioned, retool a section of our factory close to 1,800 square meters, 1,800 square meters to produce medical grade face masks.
The EMS contract stated that they have to deliver 100 million masks, but were only able to comply with 25% or 25.8 million masks from June to November. The rest of their products were put on hold because PSDBM said warehouses are not enough to stock the supplies.
Just looking back, when we communicate with the PSDBM that they do have inventory and there is a lot of issues on space in the warehouse and they're doing inventory, we took it at face value because I believe last year there was a lot of procurement happening. The country needed it.
The company got a 1.3 billion peso contract from the government, but they had to shell out 200 million pesos to repurpose their facilities to the liking of PSDBM. EMS said that when they were allowed to deliver the rest of the 74.1 million masks under the contract, they were told to sell it at 2 pesos and 35 cents only.
Nalugi ba sila o hindi?
Nalugi kami.
So nalugi yung Filipino corporation na nakipagsapalaran. Habang tiba-tiba. Tiba-tiba, kaya nga. No? Matira ang masiba.
In defense, former PSDBM head Lloyd Christopher Lau said they had to buy the masks at a lower price because the DOH had imposed a price freeze.
We had an agreement or contract with EMS. The arrangement is, the question to him was, how fast can you assemble your factory with all the licenses and deliver? The commitment was by EMS was they can prepare on June. So when we had a contract with EMS already, we start procuring from any entity already except from EMS. So nag-antay kami sa kanila. June 1, nag-deliver sila ng 1 million.
Senators also questioned why Pharmally was able to use the armed forces of the Philippines C-130 aircraft while EMS was left to import and deliver materials on its own. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. confirmed that the C-130 was used to collect the PPEs ordered from China last April 2020, but he said that the PPEs were not from Pharmally. Reporting for News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The PDP Laban faction led by Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi has filed a case in the COMELEC against the group of Senator Manny Pacquiao. The Cusi side wants the poll body to issue a TRO or temporary restraining order against the other side to prevent them from performing unauthorized acts on behalf of the party. PDP Laban has been divided into two groups, with each having their own sets of officers. The country's inflation rate rose to 4.9% in August. That is the highest since January of 2019 and beyond the government's 2 to 4% long-term target range. Economic managers attributed the uptick mainly to higher food prices, specifically for vegetables and fish products. And in the weather, severe tropical storm Jolina has weakened further while moving over the Sibuyan Sea. Pag-asa last spotted its center some 60 kilometers off the coast of Masbate City. Signal number 2 is still up over Masbate, Marinduque, Romblon, Sorsogon, Laguna, parts of Quezon, Rizal, Batangas, Oriental Mindoro, Albay, Camarines Sur, and Camarines Norte. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Shawn Yao. We are One News.